People are being arrested for trying to evict squatters. This is not clickbait. So people are being arrested all around the country right now for trying to evict squatters from their homes. In some cases, squatters have taken over multi-million dollar properties. You also have some squatters that are telling others how to do it. So people who are coming into the country, they are telling them how to take over vacant properties. It's insanity. I've never seen anything as insane as this in my entire life, but it's only getting worse. This is the reason why I keep saying as men, we need to walk away from a society that does not like us and despises us. There is no saving Western society. It is a mind virus that is spreading amongst people. There is no stopping it. It is it we're it's society is too far gone.
Look at how illegal immigrants in the US are capitalising on the leftist laws in blue states and educating others to do the same.
Mi gente, he pensado invadir una casa en United States, ya que me enteré que existe una ley que dice que si una casa no está habitada, podemos expropiarla.
If a house is not inhabited, we can seize it, he says. And that's precisely what has happened to this poor homeowner arrested for trying to reclaim her own house from squatters.
Be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are. You don't.
How about that? A squatter standoff. A property owner confronts a group of people she says moved into her $1 million home in Queens, and our cameras were rolling as dozens of officers showed up.
Several people were taken away in handcuffs, and one of those arrested may surprise you.
Yes, the poor homeowner there was arrested because she's not allowed to change the locks of her own house to lock out these squatters living there illegally because, well, that's just the law. It doesn't matter if it's her property that she pays taxes on.
She's in the process of selling it.
No, he locked it.
But she's been locked out. She claims squatters moved in on February 6 and refused to leave.
What's it like being here knowing you can't go inside of your own home?
It's enraging. It really is.
In New York, squatters have rights after 30 days.
By the time that someone does their investigation and they do their work and their job, we'll be well over the 30 days, and this man will have stolen my home. And now she's back.
He's got no documentation.
Just bills.
So, Adele, you're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested.
For what?
For being in my own home.
And where's your lease?
She's fighting the house. It's not her house anymore.
My deed is current and legal.
Arrested for unlawful eviction. She changed the locks on a man who claims he lives there.
I just want to say so. Mayumi, her husband has a security firm, and she constantly boasts about his security firm and how many men work at this firm. A lot of them are ex-military. Y'all, this is some crazy stuff. But realistically speaking, this is so messed up. At this point, if you have a problem, you are better off not calling the cops. It isn't your best bet. Basically call a real dude like Mayumi's husband and have him come take care of business, him and his people, and let them just go in there, because the cops are gonna basically say that, oh, you're in the wrong or whatever. The best thing to do is to call an agency where you have ex-military like this company, and just have them come in and clean these people out, And these are people who they've been overseas, they've been in places like Afghanistan, Iraq, so they know how to detain people, but they do it in a very different way. We're talking zip ties. We're talking, this is some real Banana Republic stuff. These are people who are trained to deal with very bad people in a Banana Republic. These are people who know how to operate in a Banana Republic. And America is now a Banana Republic. Don't let anyone tell you America is a Banana Republic. We live in a Banana Republic. So this is some crazy stuff. You really this is like, you don't call the cops. something happens, like you need a train a militia. You need a militia. You need to call up a legal militia, very similar to what Mayumi, essentially Mayumi's husband has created, where they have, I don't know if it's a couple hundred dudes, and like basically like, okay, yeah, we'll go in and we'll take care of this matter for you, and they understand the law, they know how the law works. And by the time the police get involved, these people have already been moved out of your house. Their property has already been moved out of your house. Everything is nice and clean. The locks have been changed, and the only thing the cops can do at that point is come and remove these people from the sidewalk. That's really it. You don't call the cops. You call the militia. And you let the militia come and take care of it. You work out a price beforehand. It's going to cost you a lot less than the legal bills trying to deal with these lunatics that have taken over your property, and it could take years to get them out. So now, I mean, this is it. Like, this is really it. You have a problem, don't call the cops. You have to you gotta call professionals. Y'all, America is a banana republic. America is a banana republic. Like, this is some Mexico stuff, bro. This is some Mexico stuff. This is some South America stuff. This is some Haiti stuff, that we see in failed nations. Like, y'all have to call it militias now. Because you don't call the cops. You call in, dudes who know how to deal with this type of situation, and you let them go in there, and they really enjoy this type of work too. Some of them really enjoy this type of work. And when you have some of these guys who are being disrespectful, like this guy who is forcing his way into the house and all of that, they know how to deal with these men. They know how to deal with these people. I mean, guys, like when you have like some of these companies, like Mayumi's husbands, they have ex-law enforcement there. So they have people who are retired, people who've done law enforcement 10 years, 20 years, and they're not even old dudes. You have some people who got into law enforcement when they were in their early 20s, man. So some of these guys have been in there almost for decades, or in some cases decades, and they're still in their early 40s. Like, oh, they were police officers and troopers and all this, and this, even lieutenants, and they did this work for 20 years or sometimes over 20 years, and these dudes are not even 45 yet. So they know the system better than anyone else. So you have these squatters, you have these people, these invaders who take over these properties, and they think they're going to do whatever they want. And they don't understand that there's a system. And these people they know the system very, very well. They know the system, these law enforcement, ex-law enforcement, military, they know the system very, very well. So, some of these dudes, like, they think they're going to get away with it, and they'll get disciplined. They'll get their discipline right then and there, and, these ex-law enforcement dudes, they know exactly what to say. Everyone gets their story straight. The homeowner is told what to say if needs be. If like it's a situation where, you're going to need a lawyer, they already have their attorneys waiting. Sometimes the attorney will be there just chilling, and they'll bring them out if necessary. And if the police have show any type of attitude or aggression, the attorney will just step in and let them know, okay, officer, listen to me. Those are my guys right there. If you're going to take them into custody for anything, and you don't speak to them, then they will not be having any conversations with you. Do not question them if we are not present. And the police don't even want the smoke. They don't want that smoke. So it's in their best bet to just pick up these people who are illegally squatting in these properties and just take them away, because it's going to be an extreme nightmare. Those are lawsuits right there, and that's also time that these men and women are wasting having to deal with law enforcement when they should be out there getting their money and working and seeing other clients. So it's some serious stuff. Yeah, we're in a banana republic. We are in a 100% banana republic. Like, you don't at this point, Don't call the cops. You call some real ninjas. Call some real ninjas. Let them come in here. Let the professionals handle this stuff. You know, let the professionals, like, this is the future. Militias, like, that's how law enforcement was established. Law enforcement is just a legal militia. That's what people don't even realize. Law enforcement is a militia, and they're the biggest militia in town. Before you had structured law enforcement, militias were basically the law and order. Militias kept the law and order in the United States. If you go back and watch shows like Bonnie and Clyde, movies like Bonnie and Clyde, when those two were misbehaving and they thought they were going to have their way, and the police couldn't stop them, what did the police do? When the cops could not stop Bonnie and Clyde, they went and they rounded up a militia. They called in the militias, and then the militias took down. But it wasn't the cops who took down Bonnie and Clyde. It was the militias who took down Bonnie and Clyde, and they took them down very, very quickly. Guys, I just want to remind you also that I have another channel called Angry, where I discuss gaming, anime, geek stuff, nerd stuff, real world stuff, and whatever else interests me. There's a ton of content on that channel, and there's a link to it in the description of the video. Go check it out, subscribe, and support my work. Also, if you're enjoying these types of videos where I discuss things that are happening in the world, like people being arrested for trying to evict squatters from their properties, I have another channel called Men Walking Away, where I discuss more topics like this and many, many others, including the Passport Bros and everything else. So if you want more content like this, you can check that channel out. There's a link to that in the description as well. Link to that channel, link to the Angry channel. Go subscribe to these channels, support them, support my work. Guys, this is a banana republic. It's a banana republic. People are being arrested for trying to keep these lunatics out of their homes. What do you think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts on everything we discussed in this video today. Let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, Men Walking Away. And cheers.